Welcome back. Currently, we are learning Python, and this is day 13 of the playlist titled Python Beginner Boost. And in this video, we will continue with the concept of functions in Python. And in the last video, we have learned about how to define a function, call a function, about return statement, and also about default parameters. So in this video we will create a function now, so def, and you can pass as many parameters as you want while creating a function. So suppose I am creating a function. Again, the name of the function is greet, and I can pass as many parameter as want. So I am passing three parameters here: first name, last name, and age, and I want to print all of them. F name, uh, print L name, and print age. So you can pass as many parameters as you want while defining a function, but please remember, whenever you define a function and call a function, the number of parameters should match, else you have to use some default argument while creating or defining a function. So let me call the function greet, and I will pass the arguments. So Shubham, and after that the second one is, and we have to separate the arguments using comma. So you might be thinking I am sometimes using the word parameters and sometimes I am using the word argument. So the terms parameters and arguments can be used for the same thing. So a parameter is the variable listed inside the parenthesis in the function definition. So here this is the parameter, and the value which we provide while calling the function is the argument. So while defining a function, the thing which is defined inside the parenthesis is the parameters, and while calling the function, the thing which is passed while calling a function is the argument. So this is a basic difference between parameter and argument, and parameters and arguments are separated by comma. So as you can see on screen, I am separating them by comma, and here I will pass this. Now let's execute this code. So I will open the terminal from here, new terminal, and use python 3, and then the name of the python file functions 2.py, and press enter. So I am getting some error, functions. Okay, I have written the wrong number. I haven't written S here. So now you can see Shubham, Lashkan, and age is printed. So the point here is that you can create a function with multiple parameters and also. And suppose if you want to set some default values, if the value is not provided, then you can write it here. So now if I call the same function without the third parameter, then it will use it automatically. So let me just, so here we are getting some errors. Okay, we have to just change the order of this. This will be last. Let's execute the code now, and as you can see on screen, it is printed it right. So we have just changed the order of the default argument should be last while defining the function. So this is how you can use multiple parameters while creating a function or calling a function. Now suppose while creating a function you don't know how many parameters we will use, then you can use variable arguments or variable parameters. So for that you have to use a star symbol with the name of the parameter. So suppose here we are creating a function def, and it is again some function with name greet, and here it will be like, I don't know how many parameters this function can be used, so I will use star, and then we will pass the name of the parameter. So suppose I am having a parameter fruits, and here I want to print uh, the name of the fruit. as you can see on screen, let me just, so now as you can see, I have used the star with the name of the parameters. So while calling the function, I can pass as many parameters as I want. So I can pass apple, orange, water, melon, lemon, and now if I execute the code, it will run and watermelon is printed because I am here trying to access the element at index number 2, so it is printed here. So watermelon is printed because it is on the index number 2. So this is how you can pass multiple arguments and use only one name for the parameters. For that you have to use star symbol. After that you have to use the name of the parameters. So use the star symbol with the name of the parameter, and here this parameter will be treated as tuple. So if you don't know about tuple, then you can watch the video number, I think 9 on this playlist, and you will be able to, not 9, it is 7th video on this playlist. So then you will be able to understand tuple. So this is how you pass a varying number of uh, arguments in a function. Also, I want to tell you we can pass key value pairs also. Let me show it here. So if I copy this code and paste it here and just uncomment the line of codes, so we can pass key value pairs also. Let me just show you. Let me make it intended. Okay, and here I can pass key values pair. Let me just also make it remove the default values, and when I call the function greet, I can pass the key value pairs. So here the edge can be the name of the variable, which is edge, and its value is 31. After that the name of the variable fname, and its value is Shubham, and then after that name of the variable, which is uh, lname, and after that the value of the variable, which is Lashan. And if I execute the code, here you can see it will work. So why it is helpful? Because now the order of this argument is not required. You can write these parameters in any order. So because we are using the key values pair, that's why we can write it in any order. So I can like write the edge at the end also, as you can see on screen, and it will work because we are passing key value pairs. So this is how you pass key value pairs. Now if you don't know how many key value pair we will use, then you have to use double star. In this we are using single star. For key value pair you have to use double star. So suppose let me just comment this code, and if I want to I don't know how many key value pairs I will use, so I will use double stars for that. So def greet, and here person info is the name of the variable, and I don't know how many key value pair I will use, so I will just use a double star here, and here I will print whatever I want to print. So suppose I am calling this function greet, and here the first key is name, which is equals to let make it fname and lname. So fname Shubham, then lname Lashkan, then edge 21, then subject maths. Now I want to access some information passed from this line number 32 in this function content line number 29. So here I can do it using the way we use maps. So person info, and we already know we have to use square bracket and then we have to pass the name of the key. So app name, I want to print it here, and if I execute the code, as you can see on the screen, Shubham is printed. So here we have learned about how to pass the key value pairs. If we don't know how many key value pair we will be passing at the time of calling the function, so how to declare it or define the function with varying number of key value pairs, we have to use multiple uh, asterisks or this multiple signs, asterisk sign. So this is how you create a function with multiple key value pairs if we don't know in advance how many key value pair we will be passing while calling the function. So now in the last video we have created a code uh, to find the average of a number. So we will again write this code using a function, and we will pass some list and will calculate the average of the number. So first of all def and then average, and here I will pass a list, so my list, and here after that for a number in my list, so my list sum equals to sum plus num, and after that we will return the sum. For that we have to declare the sum here, which is equals to 0. So we have done that. Now if I call this function average and I am returning something here, so I want to store this in some variable, so I will write a variable named average and I will store this, and here I am passing 1 2 3 4 and 5, and I will print the average of this number. Let's execute this code and see what we are getting. So currently we are not getting the average because we are like not calculating it. So as you can see, some error are provided because we are passing 5 argument here. So what we can do is we can create one list of 5 numbers 1 2 3 4 5, and we can pass the name of the list here. So this error will be resolved. Save it and now execute it. As you can see on screen, 15 is printed, but we wanted to calculate the average of numbers, so we can divide it using length, and we can calculate the length of the list using length function and providing the name of the list, so my list. After that the average will be printed, so 15 divided by 5 will be equals to 3. As you can see, average is printed. Now suppose at some point of time I again need to calculate average of some other numbers, then how can I do that? Like I will again create a list, my list 2, and it will have some different number 22 44 66 12 67, and I want the average of that number, then I can again use this function average. So this is how functions help us with code reusability. We can use the same code without writing the same code again. And here print average, and here I am doing some mistakes, so let me change, and here we have to pass my list 2, and here also my list 2, and let's execute this. As you can see, first time it is 3.0, and the for second list it is printing 42.2. So this is how functions helps you write code which are reusable and easy to read and easy to manage. So this is it. In this video we have learned about how can we pass multiple variables in the functions. So here we have passed the multiple variables in the function with a default argument. So if we are not passing the fname parameter from here, then it will print unknown on the screen. After that we have seen how to pass variable number arguments. So we can pass variable number arguments. If we don't know how many arguments we will be passing, then we can use the star symbol along with the name of the function. So this will be treated as tuple. And then we have learned about key value pair. We can pass key value pair. So while passing key value pair, the order doesn't matter, it will work perfectly. And how to pass multiple key value pairs. So if we are having multiple key value pairs and but we are using the single variable, then we can use that using a double asterisk or double multiple signs. So that's it in this video. I hope you are able to understand about functions in Python We will learn about more concept in the next video. Please subscribe to my channel and share with your friend, and press the bell icon to never miss an update. Thank you very much.